Nom 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 nom. Alvaro.
Hello. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. I finished my lunch. Hello, everybody. A good morning, a good day, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. No matter what time it may be, I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday so far. Hi, everybody. Hello. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I have a question for you. What is your question? Hi, Isu. Hi, Belle. Hello, Mod Rocker. Hello, General Vaughn. Hi, Day. Welcome on in. Nice to see you as well. Hi, Yukin. Welcome on in. Aloha. Hi, Day. Welcome on in. Hello, hello. And hello to Nimby and to Mod Rocker and today watching on the YouTube side. Unfortunately, we do not have the emote Elvira punching your toes on the YouTube side. But yes, we do have some emotes, right? If you are, a member of the YouTube channel. So it is there if you do want to use some emotes. And then we'll unlock more soon TM maybe. Hey! What the heck? Oh my gosh, also, for Super Grum, thank you so much for the resub at 4 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a tea bun again, Super Grum. Thank you, thank you. And did I miss anything else? Let me see. Bio, thank you for the resub at 50 months. I hope you also enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay. Whoa! Stay as a tea bun. Thank you, Bio, for the resub at 50 months.
Hi, Elfcatch.
Hi, Adisu. Thank you for the 10 bits. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Bio. Thank you for the resub at 50 months. Holy moly, the big 50. Oh, thank you, Bob. Thank you for for helping out the YouTube watchers with the Elvira punching your toes emote. Hi, Admiral. Hi, Prague. Oh, do the other toggles work with this model? The shoujo one and the other ones that worked on the old model? I haven't set those up yet, but yes, they should be able to work. I was just having some tech issues before when I was trying to set things up, but yeah, we fixed that recently with Wappo, so I will get to setting those up soon, TM. Yes, they should work. I just have to add in the toggles. Yeah. Thank you for asking, though. And also, Bio, congratulations on redeeming first today. I hope you enjoy being first of today's stream. Yay! Pachi. But thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for the resubs and all the stream streaks. And I did reset the fishing leaderboard. So if you guys want to fish and try to be, the leader of May, then please feel free and go ahead and do that if you'd like, okay? Alright? Yeah, we have a new fish leaderboard this month. Yeah. As always, we reset at the end, or at the beginning/end of every month. But yeah, I had my lunch. I decided to eat my lunch before I started stream today. Mom Vera actually, she decided to, make some lunch for the family today. And so I wanted to take my time and eat that before I started stream today. So yeah, I sat down, at the dining table and had some lunch. And it was really good, really, really yummy. I love Mom Vera's cooking. It's great. 10 out of 10. It's better than me when I just have like cup noodles or a Hot Pocket or, something instant before stream. Oh man. Wait. With out of the way. Sorry, there's something getting in the way of my my controller. Okay. Yeah, I'll hop on into it since I don't want to keep y'all waiting for too long for a shining Piplup hunt. Since we are starting a bit later today. But today we have I guess like 2-in-1 segment today. We're gonna start off with our shiny Piplup hunt, and then afterwards we're gonna play some Minecraft. We're gonna play Minecraft on on a new server. And so I hope you guys are excited. I was invited to a new server to try out. And so yeah, that will be later today. And I'll talk more about it here in a second. Let me just go ahead and plug in my Switch, okay? Give me 1 second, alright? Okay, hold on. I plugged it in. Oh yeah. Alright. Okay. Alright. It is plugged in. Let me switch over. I'm not ditching you guys. What the heck? Hey. Just because I'm joining a new server doesn't mean that I'm, leaving the Cobblemon server. You can have multiple servers, But yeah, how big is the server? I'm assuming it's kind of big. Because if you guys don't know, to give you guys some more information, if you guys have seen it or maybe you haven't seen it yet, there is a new server called the Bavaria SMP. If you follow me on Twitter, then you've probably already seen the announcement about it. Yeah, I was kindly invited to Bavaria SMP, and if you guys don't know about it, it is a Minecraft server that was made by the Bavaria group. And if you don't know what the Bavaria group is, it's a group of VTubers, and they made a server for a bunch of VTuber friends. And as of right now, I think there's a total of, I want to say 82, 86? Let me double check. I think right now there's a total of 82, yes. There's a total of 82 VTubers that are on the server. So yeah, it's a very big server if I don't say so myself. So yeah, I'm part of Wave 2 and I'm very excited. I've never, been on a Minecraft server of that size. And so I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little shy just because, I'm shy around new people. But yeah, we'll hop into the server today. There are some friendos that are on there. I don't know where they're at though in game. And so yeah, today's gonna be like my first time hopping in and joining and checking out the server. Yeah, I'm a little shy. I'm a little, just a little people shy because I'm very shy around new people. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know who's playing today. So it'll be like a pop in, and check things out together sort of stream. Yeah. Yes, that's correct. Some friendos that you guys are familiar with that have been here, on my stream and collabs and stuff. You probably know, Maya, Mitmai, Suki, Arisa's in there too, and a couple other friends. Yeah, Teeny was the one that invited me. If you guys know, Miss Teeny, aka Izumi Teeny, or if you guys know Clover as well, Clover Inari, they also invited me in as well. So yeah, and then the 2 other people that are in the Bavaria group are listed if you check out Bavaria as well. But yeah, you guys might know Clover and Teeny as well. Yeah, I'm very excited and I'm very grateful for the invitation. And yeah, we're gonna check it out later here in about an hour or so. Yeah, I'm a little nervous, I'm a little shy. That's a lot of people. But, I'm down to meet people and say hello and explore and stuff. I hope I'm not too shy though. I know I can be a little quiet, a little shy around new people. Being, the shy person that I am. I'm a shy introvert, if you guys don't know. That combo is a wombo combo when it comes to meeting new people. Let me grab my game real quick. Hold on. Hey! What do you mean, sure? Huh? What do you mean, sure? Derpy? Huh? You of all people should know that I am super shy, okay? You know how long it took to get me into, VC to talk? Okay? Alright, you had to force me. You had to force me out of voice chat. And the only reason why I spoke in VC in Discord for that first time was because, Discord decided to have technical difficulties. And so I had to speak because I couldn't communicate through text anymore. All right, okay. So yeah, if it wasn't for that day where Discord conveniently decided to, have tech issues where I couldn't send messages on Discord, I don't know if I would have spoken in, VC as quickly as I did. So who knows? Maybe that one day, where I decided to speak up, right? Maybe if that day hadn't happened, I might not know Derby as well as I do now. Okay, let me switch over. Yeah. Alright. Let me pull up. See game. Okay. Alright. Speaking of like Discord, did you guys know Skype officially shut down as of yesterday? Can we just take a moment of appreciation for Skype, please? All right, there we go. Thank you, Bio. Perfectly timed. Yes. Can we get some 07s in chat, please, for Skype? Yes, Skype is officially no longer here with us. Skype has gone to the web graveyard, or I guess extension graveyard. Hi, Art Universe. Welcome on in. Hi, Linny. Hi, North Generic. Hi, Dino. Wasn't Skype part of Facebook? No, I don't think so. I remember, from what I remember, I use Skype all the time, but I don't remember Skype being like a Facebook thing. Skype was just like, you just downloaded Skype, just like you download Discord, and then you just chat on there type of thing. Unless it was part of Facebook. Yeah, I've been through like, God, how many times have I been through different chatting applications? Oh my gosh, I started out on like what, AIM? No, yeah, AIM, right? I started on AIM because that was like the first time that I had some friendos that were like, oh, you want to chat over here? You want to chat online? And I was like, what? Chat online? And so I was like, okay. And so we chatted online and we used AIM. And then after AIM, we switched over to, well, actually, no, I was using like MySpace and AIM at the same time. I think MySpace was my first like chatting website because some friends in middle school used MySpace. And then some other friends of mine that I met, decided to chat on AIM. And so I started chatting on AIM. And then AIM and MySpace started to slowly like phase out type of thing, And so I ended up switching over to Facebook because Facebook was like the new place, that everyone was chatting instead. And so I went to Facebook instead. And then, I went on some other stuff too, like I think like Uvu was one, and then Tiny Chat was one, and then I got through to Skype from my friends actually that I met on an anime forum. And so, yeah, the only reason I used Skype was because I had online friends that wanted to chat through Skype. I did not use Skype with people that I knew from school situation because we just used Facebook. So yeah, Skype I use primarily for my online friends that I met through the anime forum. And then we phased out of Skype because there was that period where Skype got the update where people were doxxed through their IP address, right? And so yeah, that's when I switched over to Discord. So that's my segue.
Very Velvis pin.
That's my segue of how I got all the way from MySpace all the way to Discord. And now people are talking about how they want to like phase out of Discord soon, potentially. They're thinking that it's like about that time where Discord's probably going to die soon type of thing. And I'm just like, God, no, please. I feel like I'm just understanding Discord after all these years. Please, not like this. But we'll see. I don't think that will happen for like maybe another year or two if it is going to happen. Yeah, Linny, people are talking about it because the owner of Skype actually just changed owners. Not Skype, Discord just changed ownership. And so they're kind of expecting changes to happen. So we'll see. We'll see if the new owner of Discord decides to like royally mess things up, or keep it, you know, for the most part the same. But yeah, they're starting to, you know, get worried since the owner did change ownership. We'll see. We shall see. You know, just like with any other application, sometimes, you know, changes happen, just like with Twitter/X, and people still stay on there. So, oh gosh, so we'll see. We shall see. For me, it's mostly an EX, just incessantly wanting to video chat every day on Skype. Oh, an X. I don't know why I said EX, like Pokemon EX. Oh, kind of draining. Oh. Do you guys find that draining? Like, are you the type of person where it's like, you know, if you're dating someone, you want to, like, you know, be with them all the time? Or are you someone that's more of like, you'd rather, you know, like have their own space? Wait, was it draining to like voice chat with them, like video chat every day with them? Are you someone that prefers to just like video chat like once in a while, or like chat here and there type of thing? Hi V-Stars! Welcome on in. How you doing today? Welcome. Ah, Lenny, yes! So for the ASMR name spell, that was actually during my ASMR stream that I did for my spicy curry ASMR. And usually what I'll do is I'll like read out, I'll spell your name and then I'll say your name. But yeah, that's what I used to do way back when I did ASMR a couple years ago. But I do want to pick it back up again soon, and so I actually put that command back in just in case people wanted to, you know, get their name spelling. But I can still do that if you want me to do that today, even though today's not ASMR. I forgot to turn that command off. Let me pause the command for now. Excuse me. What the heck? I know. I forgot, right? Or actually, here, let me see. Okay, you know what? I think I'll probably just refund the points for now, just cause I feel like this mic, the SM7B, is not that great for the name spell, cause usually when it comes to ASMR, it's better if I have the 3DO one. Oh, thanks, thanks, Derpy. Thank you. But yeah, I feel like it's better with the 3DO. I think I did it for one person, but I don't know. What the heck was that? That was so loud in my ear. Oh my goodness. Roxer, thank you so much for the resub, by the way, at 26 months. I hope you also enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a tea bun. Thank you, Roxer. Thank you. Hold on, let me move myself a bit over. Why is it not popping up? Sometimes my YouTube studio does not pop up and I don't know why. Also, thank you for the follow, Easy Advance. Welcome on in. Hello. Welcome. I see the 100 line. Yes, Easy Advance. I do have the 100 line. I started playing that last week, actually. Oh, I forgot to put that into my schedule. I knew it. I was making my schedule last night, right? And I was like, I feel like there's something that I'm forgetting to add into my schedule this week. And I was like, what is it? What am I forgetting? It's the 100 line. Oh my god. Okay, so I had Tipsy Ring Fit for Saturday, but we'll see, because I put that there because I didn't know what we were going to do on Saturday. I was like, what am I going to do on Saturday? But it was actually supposed to be the 100 line, so we'll see. Saturday, I might just swap it out for the 100 line instead of Tipsy Ring Fit, and maybe we'll move Tipsy Ring Fit to another day instead. Why are my applications not popping up? Oh, are they popping up on the other monitor? Is that... Oh my god, they are popping up on the other monitor. Sorry. Let me fix this real quick. I don't know why it's registering on the other monitor when the other monitor is not even on right now. Hold on. Boop. And then let me do this. Da, da. What window is this? Oh, I see what window that is. And then... How do I move this over? Alright, give me 1 second. Let me, Why is it not moving it over? Yeah, you see my games? Yeah, a bunch of these games I played on stream before. So if you guys see games on my Switch, those are games that I played on my stream before. I love Rune Factory. I'm a very big fan of Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons, Rune Factory, you know, all the farming sims. That's why I love games like, you know, Stardew Valley and Fields of Mystria, because those games are based off of those games from when I was younger. Alright, let me plug in my other... I'm going to plug in my, other monitors so I can move my windows over. Of course! I love Danganronpa. How do you think I got into the 100 line, you know? I am a hardcore fan of... I mean, not hardcore. I'm not so hardcore to the fact that people got toxic. I didn't know that, by the way. Like, I knew about... I got into Danganronpa when it was only in Japan. And then I found out years later that apparently the EN side of the Danganronpa fans were toxic. And I was just like, oh, I did not know that. What happened? Give me 1 second. Yeah, not obviously, like not every single Danganronpa fan falls into like the toxic EN category, but apparently quite a number of people were toxic though on the EN side, and that's why apparently there's like a bad rep for EN side of Danganronpa fans. Apparently the fandom is not that great, and I was just like, oh. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really get into it because once again, I didn't really. When I liked Danganronpa, it was just like more of a solo enjoyment thing. I didn't really have anyone to talk about it. Fun fact, actually, I got Brovira into Danganronpa so that I could have someone to talk about it with, because no one at the time knew what Danganronpa was when I got into it. And so I was like, hey, Brovira, you should check out this game. You should check out this game. And I think you'll enjoy it because, you know, it has some really cool characters, a really cool concept, and then we can chat about it together, you know? So, yeah, it was really fun talking with Brovir. Okay, window is closed. Hopefully that fixes it, because, God, I don't know why it kept registering my, my VTube Studio on my first browser, or first window monitor, even though I have my other monitor plugged into my Switch. Give me 1 second. Alright, other monitor is plugged back in again. Okay, and then we should be back. Yes, okay, good. Alright, so we can finally hop on into the game. Yay! Alright. Yeah, this is just a tech issue. Thankfully, it's only my monitors. But yeah, other than that, nothing else is having tech issues. It's just my monitor. It's just because I'm trying to play on my first monitor with my Switch and then my window kept registering on the other monitor, even though it's not there. Oh no, OBS was bad for you today? Oh man. Thankfully, it seems like my OBS is not having problems today, even though it was having problems like all last week. First time hearing of that, but also don't really be... the Danganronpa fandom! You're more of a Zero Escape guy. Well, then I guess that should be your cup of tea then too. Because 100 Line actually... I'm not sponsored anymore, by the way. So, these are 100% my honest opinions. And for the most part anyway, whenever I do sponsors, it's still my honest opinions whenever I do talk about it. But... yeah, for 100 Line, it's made from the creators of Danganronpa and also the creators of Zero Escape. And so I think you'll like it if you want to check it out. It just came out on the 24th of April, and I, so far, as a Danganronpa fan, have really enjoyed it. It's kind of like, it's kind of like Fire Emblem, but make it Danganronpa. Since when I think of like tactical RPGs, I think about Fire Emblem, right? But yeah, God. Like, people always tell me, like, if there was one game series I could, like, wipe your memory and play all over again for the first time, what would it be? For me, it would 100% be Danganronpa. Danganronpa is just the very first time you get to experience, like, even just the first game by itself. It's so good. It's so good. The plot twists, the turns and twists, just everything is chef's kiss. So, I really enjoyed Danganronpa when I first got into it years ago, back when it was only available on the PS Vita. I never expected it to blow up, actually. I didn't expect it to get so popular here on the western side of the world, right? And so when I found out it got so popular, I was like, wow, okay, that's cool. I'm really glad that, it's getting the popularity that I think it deserves. You've been playing 100 Line? Nice! I've only gotten past the first day, so I haven't seen anything else yet. Hi Zeru, konbanwa. I'm doing well today. How about you? I hope you're having a lovely day as well. Welcome, welcome. Fire Emblem Fate. We gotta get back. I've been wanting to play Fire Emblem Three Houses again. But the thing is, I don't want to play Three Houses to play the other routes. I just want to replay Blue Lions. Wait. Oopsies. I'm on the other account. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I wanna play Blue Lions again. I wanna go. God, I don't know. Like, I really want to check out, the Golden Deer. I want to check out Black Eagles, but something about just Blue Lions holds a very special place in my heart. Including, Dimitri. But I don't know. People have been, like, just showing clips and scenes of, Blue Lions route with Dimitri on Twitter again, and it just it tugs at, like, the heartstrings whenever I hear music, from Dimitri's cutscenes. Like, God, the scene that I've been seeing recently is the scene again where Dimitri, he's very full of angst, right, after his time skip, and so he's like, my comrades, my loved ones, my family, my classmates, all of these people that I feel like I need to, like, I guess, like, live up to or something like that, right? Or not live up to, more so like avenge them type of thing. He's like, if I don't live for them, then who else do I live for, right? And then or I guess depending on who you play, right? The Byleth will respond and be like, you can either like live, you can be like, live for me, or you can be like, live for yourself, right? And so, of course, I said, you should live for yourself, find what you want to do. And it, he goes like, teacher, and I'm just like, oh. I'm just like, Dimitri. God, I love Dimitri so much. Oh, there's 100% bias. Dimitri is like my all-time favorite character in Fire Emblem, especially because I loved Three Houses. Three Houses, I played Three Houses not because of Dimitri. I didn't know about his time skip, right? I played because I was like, wow, it's a new Fire Emblem game, right? And so I played Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I was super into it because the music was amazing, the gameplay was really fun. There's so much flexibility with the characters and the classes that I can give them, and so I was really into it. And then You know, I did choose Blue Lions, not gonna lie, because Dimitri was really sweet. You know, he said that really cute line about, you know, how he wanted to see the teacher smile more, Byleth, right? Ever since that one, like, what was it? The mock battle, right? Where you first fight with them. But I didn't know he had a time skip, and so when I saw the time skip, right, I was just like, oh, hello. You know, I liked him before, where I was like, okay, this is a pleasant surprise. You know, I felt bad for him, of course, you know, but I was like, dang, like the design though, design for him, time skip wise, I was like, that's 10 out of 10, you know? And so, yeah, like for me, if there's a game that I like, and then there's romance on top of it, I'm sold. Like, for me, that's the two factors that fuel me with games. If it's a really good game, I will play it. And then if there's like a love interest route where you can go after someone, that, you know, gives me even more motivation to play the game. And so that's why I really get into games like Fire Emblem or for example, like Harvest Moon, you know, because in Harvest Moon, you can marry somebody along with a farming sim. And I'm just like, heck yeah, I want to be a farmer and make tons of money, you know, and go after my anime waifu or husbando. So, yeah, I really liked Three Houses. God, the music was so good. So good. I just want to listen to the music again, not gonna lie. Also, the prediction for today is going to be up as always for our shiny Piplup hunt. So the first one is going to be if we will find a shiny Piplup at 6,375. So if you want to vote, feel free to vote. Poll is up. We're not poll, predictions up as of right now. But yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to to tangent off so much into Three Houses. Oh, yes, of course, Kurumyu. Yeah, of course we had, you know, the Miss Edelgard fans. That's what I really thought was really cool, though. Like, I really loved the fandom for Three Houses. There was just so much respect for each house, you know? Like, of course, there was some, like, friendly beef. Strawberry soju! Oh my goodness, wait! Thank you so much for the sub for 6 months in advance. Strawberry Soju, I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a tea bun. Thank you so much. Can we get some hype and some love in the chat, please? Especially for that sub at 6 months in advance. Thank you, Strawberry Soju. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I love both. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? It's like when it comes to Three Houses, like I remember even though there was friendly beefing between the three houses, right? I think it was really wholesome, and I feel like all three houses were very loved, you know? It might not be equally loved, but I remember there was like a really big group of people that really liked Three Houses. There's a group of people that really liked, you know, the Black Eagles. And then, of course, there are people that love the Golden Deers as well. And it was just, you know, it had such good replay value, right? If you want to replay the game. And yeah, I don't know. It was just a really fun, wholesome fandom to be in when Three Houses first came out. And even now, you know, I think last year, I believe, was like the 5-year anniversary of Three Houses, aka, you know, like the time skipping game as well. And so, I don't know. It's just good. And it's still strong. Like, the fandom is still strong to this day. I still see people making art of characters, you know, like ships, especially of like Byleth and Dimitri. You have Byleth and Edelgard, Byleth and Claude. You have, you know, some other ships, right, that people have made in the series. And so it's so good. I feel like Three Houses was definitely like 10 out of 10 for the very first Switch Fire Emblem game. Yeah, Edelgard. I haven't, like I said, I'll be honest, I haven't played the Black Eagles route or Golden Deer because I only played Blue Lions. And so I do want to go back in the future and play through both houses as well. Have you ever checked out Triangle Strategy or Octopath Traveler? Octopath Traveler, yes. Triangle Strategy, I have not. Let me see. Have I heard of Triangle Strategy before? Triangle Strategy. Ooh! Oh, I've seen it! I've seen it on Steam a lot. Like the art style. I remember seeing the trailer for this too in the direct, thinking that it was kind of similar to Octopath Traveler in terms of like the art style and the top, like kind of like top down, you know, pixel RPG style to gameplay. Whoa. But yeah, I do wanna. I never finished Octopath Traveler, but I do want to check them out. Triangle Strategy is made by the same company. Ah, Square Enix! I see. Yeah, I haven't played those all the way through, so maybe I'll try out Triangle Strategy and maybe restart Octopath Traveler so that we can see the game together. Yep, 800 hours on 3 houses. I don't remember how many hours I had. All I know is that I know life the game. I'm the type of person where it's like if I get into a game, I hyperfixate on the game and I get super sucked into it. And so for 3 houses, what happened was it was when the Switch first came out, right? And Brovira actually bought the Switch because he wanted to get into it right away. I wasn't entirely sure yet if I wanted to get the Switch for myself because I don't know. I didn't know if I'd be invested into the Switch as much until, you know, Animal Crossing game came out. And so I wanted to wait until Animal Crossing came out. And then, you know, like I said, Brovira got the Switch and then I saw 3 houses come out. And so I was like, hey, Brovir, are you okay with me like borrowing your Switch whenever you're not using it to play 3 houses? And he's like, sure. And I was like, cool, okay. And so I got the game and then I played all day, every day. Like that's all I did for the entire summer that I played it. I would wake up early to play the game. I'd go to sleep late playing the game. And then I would sleep for like 5 hours, wake up again and play the game. That's when I know I'm addicted to a game. I know I'm addicted to a game when I want to wake up early to play the game. Because I'm not really an early bird. I'm not really a morning person, you know. But I'd wake up at like, you know, 9 a.m. and play the game at like 10 a.m. after breakfast and stuff. I was like, I'm sucked in. And what I would do is I would just, you know, I would watch Curly stream and I'd play the game, you know. Or if I had classes and stuff, right, then I would like go to my classes and whatnot and then play here and there. But I was like sucked in. I was sucked into the game. Oh wait, no, I can't remember. Was I going to classes at the time? Oh no. Never mind. That was Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing was a game that I played when I was like in university. I was playing one of the older Animal Crossing games. And all I would do is I would play Animal Crossing. I'd wake up early on the weekends to play Animal Crossing 2, watch Curly stream, and then I'd go to school, right, on days I had classes for university, and then come home, play more Animal Crossing after I finished up like all my coursework and stuff for the day. And then sometimes Trilly would stream late as well. So yeah. I'm surprised I didn't pull like 40-hour session to play the game. No, you know why? Because for me, I took so much time. Like I spent so much time at the monastery, right? So for things like, you know, tea time, for things like fishing, I spent like a good chunk of my day just at the monastery. And so you can imagine how long it took me to fight. I think I did like 1 fight per day because I spent so much time doing the other stuff on the side. So yeah, I wanted to take my time with it. And then after I finished up the game, I was like super burnt out, which is why I decided to like take a break from it before I hopped into, you know, what's it called? Like Black Eagles and Golden Deer. But yeah, I was so burnt out. I was just like, okay, I'm done. I spent a whole summer playing the game. I'm okay for now. Oh man, but that was so good though. And I was so happy because I got all the ships that I wanted together too. Like I paired off Annette with Felix. I paired off Ingrid with what's it called? With what's his name? The flirt? Sylvain? I think it was his name, the orange hair guy. Sylvain. We need a compilation of every single pull, huh? Hi, Azidu. Welcome on in. You can get a shout out for Azidu, please. God, no. Okay, it's gonna be so confusing for people because I started this before I debuted as a VTuber. So there's, I think, well, I was using like a free model back in the day when I first started pulling for Piplup. So it's gonna be like confusion. They're gonna see like this. I think I was using what, like a ghost VTuber, just like a generic ghost VTuber for Halloween, and then that segued into when the game first came out. And so yeah, it's gonna be like a few polls of this random ghost VTuber polling for Piplup, and then bada bing bada boom, you have an anime girl polling for Piplup. Yeah, how you doing today? I hope your Tuesday's going well. No, I'm not a ghost. But before, when I first started getting into like VTubing and stuff, I had like so I started off, you know, with a chibi. I had an OC, you know, and then my OC twirly drew my like PNG before PNG tubing was a thing. And so I just had like a chibi on my stream that I made, right? And then from there, I segued into PNG tubing. After that became more of like a thing, but it wasn't really called PNG tubing. It was more just like a PNG reactive image, you know, the Fugi. And then when I got into models and stuff, like as my model was being made, I used a free ghost model that people talked about for Halloween, you know? I was just like, ooh, Elvira has turned into a ghost. And then from there, I debuted my chibi model, and then that led into my debut for my full body model around my birthday. So yeah, it was like a whole like what, like year of me segueing into VTubing, right? I mean, yeah, I was Ghost Vera for my like very first quote unquote model. Just realized you can pronounce Elvira as aloe. No, you cannot pronounce Elvira as aloe vera. What does that even mean? That's like the same thing as when people used to be like, oh yeah, you know, Elvira can be pronounced as elevator. It cannot, okay? Alright. Aloe vera. Okay, keep them coming. Alright, what else? We have aloe vera, we have Aloe vera, we have elevator. People have called me Elvis, you know, Elvis Presley, you know, thank you very much. People have called me Elvira, the Mistress of Darkness. Yes, I've heard of that one too. Yeah, Elvira, like, you know, taking the L. Hi, Sansai. Welcome on in. Elvis is better. Yeah, Elvis. I guess if there was like a, you know, gender bent Elvira persona, that would be the name, Elvis. Hi, Gary. Elvira. Okay, I've heard of Elvira. You know, you know the amount of people that messaged me in Christmas? You know that meme that they kept posting about, they're like, send this to your short friends, you know? And it's a video of you saying goodbye to your short friends because they're, you know, Santa is calling them back to his workshop to help out for Christmas. You know how many people sent me that message? I was just like, okay, all right, ha ha ha, very funny, ha ha. I know I'm short. I know my name is Elvira, but I'm not an elf. No, I'm not an elf. Okay. No. I just call you by your name and I put lady or princess before your name when addressing you. Oh, thank you, Jakeris. I really appreciate that. Thank you. We need Wait, do you guys do that? Do families? So my family, we didn't really do the whole like elf on the shelf thing, but I've only seen people do like elf on the shelf in movies. Did anyone in here actually do that with their family, like the whole elf on the shelf tradition, where it's like you have an elf doll and then the elf does stuff to the children? I don't know. That sounds terrifying. To me, that sounds horrifying. But I can see why it'd be fun for, you know, some families. But for me, if that happened to me when I was younger, I think I would be terrified of elves. Yeah. So that's the thing. That's the thing that people did apparently, at least from what I've seen online. So their parents, what they'll do is they'll have like this elf doll, right? And it's always just like the same doll. It's like the skinny like really lanky looking elf doll. And what they'll do is that they'll have like an elf just like pop up, you know, for the month of December. And it's supposed to be a way of quote unquote Santa like monitoring you for Christmas to see if you're naughty or nice. And so in the videos, what happens is you'll see parents use this elf and like set up these different sorts of skits essentially to kind of, you know, show the children that the elf is real and it wakes up at night. And then there are some videos that I've seen where parents will like, there's some ones that are more innocent where they'll have, for example, like they'll use flour, you know, and make it seem like there's footsteps that lead up to the Christmas tree, right? Showing as if like, you know, the elf, you know, walked through the snow or like Santa walked through the snow. But then there's other ones I've seen where people like draw on the kids' faces with a marker and then they put the marker in the elf's hand. And so the children go up to the mirror and they're like, what happened? And then the parents are like, look, it's the elf. The elf is the one that did that. And the kids are like terrified. And I'm just like, oh. I don't know. I feel like that might be a bit traumatizing. But, you know, apparently that's the type of stuff that people do for fun, right? For Elf on the Shelf. And I get it, though. It's tradition. It can be like a, you know, a funny story, look back on it type of thing. But yeah, we never did that. Like for us, it was just a Christmas tree. Because for me, I you know, like our family didn't really do Christmas until I learned about it in school. And then I learned about it, you know, like I remember watching, you know, Charlie Brown, you know, the Christmas special. And that's what got me into Christmas. I was like, oh my God, I love that. That looks so cool. And then, you know, my school did that. They're like, oh yeah, you know, for Christmas, Santa's a thing, yada, yada, yada. And then I told my parents about it. I was like, can we get a Christmas tree? You know? And I love the holidays. And so I was like, can we get a Christmas tree? And they're like, yeah, okay. But I used to think about it though. Like I remember the first time I learned about Santa, right? Santa is supposed to...
Let's get this Piplup.
Hi, George. Thank you so much for the resub at 7 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop again. I hope you enjoy your stays at T-Bun. Thanks for using your Prime Gaming on me. Yeah, let's get this Piplup. Yeah. Thank you so much. Can we get some love and some hype in the chat, please, for that 7-month resub? Thank you. But yeah, I remember I was in 1st grade, right, when I learned about Christmas. But I thought to myself, because I remember in all the Christmas specials, like the Charlie Brown Christmas special, there's the, you know, how the Grinch Stole Christmas cartoon. There was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What else was there? There was, there's like a bunch of Christmas specials, right? And every time they did Christmas, there was always Santa going down a chimney. But I thought to myself, I was like, wait a minute. Because at the house that we were at before, right? I was like, we don't have a chimney. So how is Santa gonna come down the house? Like the roof? If we have no chimney, right? And so I think that was like my first moment of like skepticism about Santa. I was just like, is Santa really real? He doesn't have a chimney. And then later on, there was that movie that came out, the Santa Claus movie, right? And in that movie, they do show like magic of him, I guess, like popping up a makeshift chimney to go down into. But I was just like, that seems kind of fake. That seems like it's fake, you know? It looks very movie magic-esque. And so I wasn't really like a big believer of Santa. But I remember though, that same year in 1st grade, you know, my bedtime used to be at 9 p.m. and so I'd be in bed by 9 p.m. But I remember it was like Christmas Eve. I went to bed, but I was thirsty. And so I came downstairs to go ask for like a cup of water. And I saw with my own eyes. I saw my mom and my dad wrapping the gifts. And I was just like, ah. And my parents, they looked at me. They were just like, and I was just like, and I was like, ha ha ha, can I get a cup of water? I didn't say anything though, right? I didn't say anything, but I pretended. I was just like, wow, Santa gave us so many gifts. But in the back, I was like, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. But yeah, so I never really believed in Santa, you know, but it was fun. It was still fun to take part in the tradition and set things up, you know. And so, yeah, good times. Good time. No, I didn't tell Brovir about it, you know, because like as the older sister, I was just like, you know, even though I got spoiled about it type of thing, I still wanted to make it magical for him. If he wanted to, you know, in case he believed in it type of thing, I'm not gonna, you know, spoil someone's fun just because I got spoiled myself type of thing. So yeah, for Brovir, I was just like, I'll let him kind of figure things out on his own, and then if he asks questions about it, then I'll tell him. But yeah, actually, I never really asked him about it. I don't know if he believed in Santa or not. I don't know. Never thought about it. Also, the volume's a bit low. Let me increase it a smidge. Let me increase it to... There we go. Hi, Alan. Welcome on in. How you doing today? I assume Sudowoodo was a grass type because it looks like a tree. That's exactly what it wants you to think. You know? Sudowoodo, you know, and Bonsly, you know, they're rock types that are pretending to be grass types. Aw, thanks, Mod Rocker. Yeah, a lot of stuff, like for me, you know, a lot of things that if I didn't get to enjoy it, or if I got spoiled on something, I'd always want Brovira to, you know, have fun. I was quite the protective older sister. I'm not gonna lie. I assume Flygon was a dragon and flying type because its name is Flygon. It's a name of a combo of a fly and a dragon. You know, I thought so too. For the longest time, I also thought Flygon was flying type. Charizard is obviously a dragon, but it's... Yes! Oh my god, that was something that also kind of blew my mind when I was younger. I thought Charizard was a dragon type too. I did not know that it was only a fire type for the longest time. I think Charizard's only a dragon type when it's in the Mega... Yeah, Mega Evolution. Yes. Yeah, Mega Evolution. They were even selling the leg. I went to the houses in Cleveland that they used to film. Christmas Story! They turned it into a museum. All the stuff was preserved. Wait, that's so cool! Is it weird to say that I like going to museums? Like, I don't like to go because I'm like a big history fan or something. Like, I like watching documentaries and stuff, but I'm not the person that's like, did you know in 1984, blah, 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 you know. I just like going because I think it's fun just to go and appreciate the art, you know? I don't know. I really enjoyed that. Like, I remember in high school and in middle school and elementary school, my favorite field trips were going to the museum and going to musicals. Those are my two favorite trips to go to. And the zoo! I like the zoo too. The zoo, I'd be down to go again, but, you know, not as a big of a fan of a smell at the zoo though. Yeah, I really enjoyed going to those when I was younger. And concerts! Oh my god, I loved going to the school concerts, or for the schools that held concerts, you know, for the holidays or for throughout the year. I was so sad though, because a lot of my classmates weren't really fans of concerts. Like, I remember I think it was like senior year, we went to a school that was doing a play, right, / musical for West Side Story. And so I was like super excited because, you know, I love West Side Story. I've seen so many variations and renditions of West Side Story. But I remember I had some classmates that are just like, oh man, I'd rather be in class than watching West Side Story. And I was just like, excuse me? You'd rather be in class and watch a musical? And they're like, yeah. And I was just like, man. And then some people said, they're like, I hate musicals. And I was just like, so, you know, I was just like, man. I liked it though. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed going to plays and concerts and all that jazz, you know. It was nice. It was nice to get out of class to go to those. Greninja and Cineroar are... Yes! That too, right? Yeah, they're Pokemon that... Their secondary seems more like, you know, their primary. I know, Captain Diggs! I know, right? Musicals can be so good. Oh! Let me tell you, by the way... So, Turley actually and I were talking yesterday in DMs, and she told me that she finished watching a musical when I messaged her last night, and I was like, oh. And Turley, she apparently got into Epic the Musical. And so I just wanted to give like a little reminder, if you guys haven't seen Epic the Musical yet, or not even seen, like heard of it, then I recommend it because it is so good. Turley has been like talking about it nonstop since yesterday. But yeah, Epic the Musical is chef's kiss. If you like musicals, definitely check it out. It's on YouTube, and there's a bunch of fan-made animaniacs that people came out with. Animaniacs. So if you want to check them out, I recommend it. But yeah, Turley's been talking about it nonstop. She wants to do like a watch party and everything. And so who knows? Maybe we'll do like a watch party at some point on stream just to like, watch the entirety of it together. You know, kind of like a reacts, but reacting to Epic the Musical. But yeah, it's really popular, but there's some people that still haven't seen it. And so, well, yeah, Turley, you know, finding out about it, it kind of like served as a reminder for me to share it with you all. I've talked about it here and there on stream, but if you guys haven't heard about it, I recommend it. But yeah, Turley was talking about it. She was talking about how it reminds her of Hamilton, because she likes Hamilton, and Hamilton was recommended to her from another friend of ours. And so she really enjoyed Epic the Musical, and she's been talking about it non-stop. Yeah, Epic's great. Epic's so nice. Yeah, you guys will be down for a watch party? Okay, maybe I'll set it up or something. Maybe I'll grab some people to join me for like a watch party react on stream to Epic the Musical. That'd be fun. Be fun. You know, share it with y'all. You do a stretch. Big stretch. Dun dun. But yeah, it's great. Does anyone know Pokemon type combinations that are common enough to fill an entire team? Oh, I mean just like dual type Pokemon? But that's the thing though. I feel like, I don't know, like I like dual type Pokemon, but I feel like some of the dual types make it a bit harder for them sometimes to be immune completely. Because some type of Pokemon, or some types in regards to Pokemon, can be very detrimental. For example, like if you have like, let me think, what's a good one? Like if you're trying to go up against, for example, like if you have like an ice flying type Pokemon, right? And you're fighting a fighting type Pokemon, the flying is super effective against the fighting. But if the fighting Pokemon uses a fighting move on the dual type, it's still super effective, right? Because you're technically ice, and fighting is super effective against ice. And so I remember typing like that, I was just like, I'd rather go for like just completely flying type Pokemon in that situation. Just because, you know, I don't want to have that weakness in there potentially. And so I was just like, I like dual type, but not for all of them. Some of them I'm not as big of a fan of the dual type, just because of the added weakness to it. Are we excited for Pokemon? I'm excited for... Can I say this on stream? There's... If you like Pokemon Emerald, let's just say that there is a fan-made game coming out soon that looks really good. And I have heard that, you know, it's good. And I am excited to see more of the fan-made trailer. I'm trying to, you know, be careful here, because Nintendo's very scary. But yeah. The fan-made game of the, you know, based off Emerald looks really good. That's all I'll say. But yeah, of course I am excited for ZA. I'm excited. You know, I played Pokemon X and Y, and I loved Mega Evolutions when it first came out. And so I don't remember if they talked about Mega Evolutions. I think they have, right? They talked about Mega Evolutions being brought back for ZA. But yeah, I liked X and Y. So I'm down for ZA. I'm excited. You think they'll remake the older games though? Because I was thinking about it, right? Like they've remade technically, right? The older games already. Like there's Fire Red, there's Leaf Green, right? Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. But I was thinking about it. Those remakes were a while ago, right? And so I'm just like, I wonder if they will do like another remake in the future. I kind of just want to jump in not knowing too much. Oh yeah. Oh wait, does that mean that you didn't play X and Y then? And you're just kind of like hopping in as like your first experience of the region? Oh, for sure, 100%. Yeah. So yeah, they always go with that pattern of Pokemon. Pokemon, it's always the two main games, and then they'll have like a third rendition, right? Like there was, you know, for example, Red, Blue, and then Yellow, right? And then there was Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. And then they continued on with that for a while. And then they started doing like the remakes, right? They had like a Fire Red, Leaf Green. And then they come out with a new series. And then the new series would have like a third edition to the game. And then they kept on doing that up until they started having Legends, you know? And so with the Legends series, now the pattern usually is that they'll come with the Legends, they'll come out with the new remake, and then they'll release like the brand new region after that. And so yeah, following the pattern, after ZA comes out, Black and White's supposed to come out for a remake. And then after that is the new region, and then etc, etc. So I'm excited. I'm excited for Black and White. But I'll be honest, like in terms of Pokemon, I think the last time that I feel like I played through it, I started with Emerald and I played all the way up until the most recent region. But for me, I don't know, I just kind of felt like Pokemon in my mind changed once Gen 4 was over in a sense, I guess. Maybe because it was like around that time when they started animating the PNGs, and I was just like, whoa. Like I remember when I saw, it wasn't even like animation where it's smooth animation. I remember it was in Pokemon Platinum. Pokemon Platinum was like the very first time that we saw the sprites of Pokemon kind of like you know, do like a little more animation than before. And then it was Pokemon Black and White where they like had the full on like moving animation that was constant. And so I remember I was like, whoa. And then I saw even more animation in Black and White too. And then they had the rotation battles and whatnot. And I was like, this is so cool. You know, they're turning pixels into animated pixels, right? And then they went 3D in the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire remake. And I was just like, oh. I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this change from like, you know, pixel to 3D. I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance. So, and I think it's good. But yeah, there's a special place in my heart for the games back when they had the pixel animation. I'm not gonna lie. Hi, Nita! Welcome on in! Oh! Hi, Oppose! Can we get a shout out for Oppose, please? Welcome, welcome! Thank you for the water. I should hydrate. I've been yapping about what? Danganronpa? Pokemon? Fire Emblem? I know that. I know 3D to pixel, or pixel to 3D is a common evolution in a lot of games, right? But, you know, it doesn't mean I can't have an opinion, you know? Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I love the 3D, but it's just, there's a special place in my heart that really enjoys the pixel animations. It's just nostalgic, you know? Like for example, like same thing too with Harvest Moon, right? Like Harvest Moon, I really love the 3D that they have nowadays, or even like back when they introduced 3D for, you know, the early Harvest Moon games. Like I remember Harvest Moon was one of the first games that had like 3D like pretty early on, right? I don't know, I also really enjoyed the pixel when it comes to Harvest Moon games. In terms of like, I guess like the sprite in particular, because I remember there was one game, it was Harvest Moon, no, not Harvest Moon, it was it Harvest Moon? No. It was when they changed the name to Story of Seasons. It was Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town. That was a game where they really focused on like the 3D aspect of it. And so they no longer had the sprites that they had when you talk to characters. And I was kind of sad about that because I really like the pixel sprites because it just kind of gave them so much more life. It felt like kind of like a visual novel style where you talk to them, you see their sprite pop up. And so I was a little sad when they decided to not do that in Pioneers of Olive Town. But they did bring it back, as we saw, for the newest game that's coming out this summer, Grand Bazaar. And so I'm very excited about that. Very happy that they brought back the sprites when you talk to them. Also, it is currently 5 p.m. so I should be swapping over to Minecraft, but it's okay. I'll finish up the prediction for today and then we'll swap on over, okay? But yeah, I am switching over to Minecraft here in a bit. Yeah, we'll do what? 4 more? 5 more? No, 6 more. 6 more resets. Yeah, there will always be a special place in my heart for pixelated animation and pixel games. I know, but oh my god, the emote's so cute. Thank you for the water, Arikith. Is that an egg dancing? That emoji? That's so cute. Yeah, Winnie, yeah. The style is often so beautiful to me. It is. It's so pretty. It's so cute. Like I'm a sucker for all things pixelated. That's why, you know, for the when it came to our stream avatars, I really like the pixelated bunnies that we have. Plus, I am getting more accessories soon, TM, for that. So I hope you guys look forward to the stream accessories for your stream avatars. Bum. Hey! I may be reminiscent, but I don't know, I think it's fun. Or am I just old? Am I, you know, getting to that age where I just start talking about like back in my day, you know, type of thing? Yeah, there are stream avatars. I don't have it booted up always just because sometimes it can be a bit heavy on my stream. But here, I'll put it up right now. And you guys can see. Let me pull it up real quick. Where is it? Dun, 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 dun. It is booting up. Oh no, you're fine. They pop up here and there, not all the time, but they're here and there. Alright. It is loading. Okay, authentic. Okay, yes, please. Please and thank you, por favor. Alright. Okie dokie. Jajan! Is it on my scene here? Oh wait, did I have the... Where did I put it? Stream. Give me 1 sec. Did I oh, is that why? Did I delete it by accident? Maybe I did. Oh, hold on. Let me make a new one. All right. Hold. Let me hop over to this scene. Let me check. Scene over here. Okay. Is it a window? No. forget how I captured it. Did I capture it through window capture or was it through the other capture? Oh my god, I see you guys popping up though on my side. Wait, that's so cute. Okay, window capture. And then let me do the stream avatars. Okay, okay. For some reason, it is capturing my OBS. Okay, I'll show it for a second because I am swapping over anyway here in a bit. Reset. Where'd it go? It disappeared. What? Why did it disappear? I want to show off how cute you guys are. Alright, how about this? Does this work? Oh, here! So, I don't have the transparency set up for the source, but you guys can see it at least. Look, it's you guys! Oh my gosh, so cute. Oh my goodness. Look how cute you are. Little pink T-buns running around, you know? Pink mascot, so pink and cute. I love it. But yeah, look, you guys got a little bow ties on you. This one has a purple bow tie. We have little, glasses on it. This one has a halo. And then we have me as well. If you guys want to have like me as well as an avatar. And then we have a little sprout on this one. We have, oh my god, this one right here. We got Super Grump. And then with the black bow tie. And, oh no, that's not the Super Grump. Who's that? Who has the black bow tie with the halo? Yeah, there's a bunch of different accessories that the characters have for the T-buns. But yeah, like I said, I don't have it up too often just because sometimes it's too much for my computer to handle to have all of it up. Oh, it's you, Nita! You have it! You have the black bow tie with the halo. Cute! Super cute. Yeah, I need to set that back up again so that you guys have transparency. Okay. But I'll probably set that up maybe like... I'll say maybe tomorrow if you guys want me to bring it back again. Oh! Are you guys fighting? Oh my god, who's fighting? Who is fighting? Whoa, 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 bring it up! Whoa, 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 whoa. Who said you guys could duel here at the tea shop? Hey, hey, hey! Whoa, 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 whoa. Dang. See what happens? You guys see what happens when you fight each other? Man, making a whole mess here in the tea shop. Hey. But yeah, I'll set it up tomorrow. Like I said, I don't know why. My source is gone. I used to have it here before, but it's disappeared. Weird. Very weird. But yeah, I'll set that up tomorrow. But yeah, you can sit, you can jump. Oh my god, look! Oh my god, this sit is so cute. Look at, you sit on your little butt, and then you got your sleepy face. You're just like, honk shoo, me. So cute. So cute. I love it. I love the pixel style. What a cute. What a cute. Alright. Well, I'll take it away for now. Or, here, maybe, let me try to find the source. You want to jump? Wait, Nita. There you go. Ta-da! There you go, Nita. You jumped. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Let me see. Is it in this scene right here? Let me swap here real quick. This is my... Ah! Is it here? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Sorry, I'm checking my old... God, don't look at it. It's like broken. But I'm checking my old overlay to see if it's here. It's not here. I guess I did delete the overlay source with the stream avatars. Okay, well, that's alright. That's okay. Yeah, I'll set that up tomorrow. Okay? bed properly. Oh, you fell asleep in front of the PC and everything hurts. Oh God, I know what you mean. I've done that before too, Nita. Gotta get that nice stretch in. Oh man, I hope you feel better soon. Got it. It's like, I think, yeah, the 2 times where I've been sore the most from falling asleep in a random place is when I fell asleep either like sitting at my desk, or the time that I fell asleep on a drawer at my university orientation. I still can't believe I did that. Oh God. That orientation was horrible. I'm not gonna lie. That was a fever dream. The orientation that I went to way back when for my university. Oh my God. Did you guys have a fun orientation? I feel like I tell this story so often that you guys might get bored of it. But let me just say, my freshman orientation back when I was in university was wild. It was... I don't know. I don't even know what happened. It was crazy. Like, I feel like I lived out the what people think university or college is like all in one day. One day. Congratulations on being number 1 of the leaderboard on the first day of the reset. Let's go. Okay, I'm almost done. We got 4 more resets here. 4 more. Oh, you got a problem with me yapping, huh, Derpy? Huh? You want to hear me yap? But I don't know. People always talk about like how wild their university / college days are. I don't know. For me, it was okay. It wasn't too crazy. I went with my father. They made us go to a play about university life. The play had some very uncomfortable topics I probably shouldn't mention. Imagine sitting with your parents through this. They made you go with your parents? Oh my gosh, Sathio. For us, it was like the parents would drop us off for orientation, and then it was mandatory for us to stay overnight. And so we just like went to our dorms and then stayed overnight type of thing. By the way, I had never stayed overnight anywhere before at that point because my parents were super protective of us. And so for me, you know, I was like super sheltered. I never slept over someone's house. Even like my relative's house, I never slept over. And so this was like my first time sleeping over anywhere, you know, by myself. And so I was a little nervous, you know, and I'm really shy. And so I was worried about who my dorm mate was gonna be, because I don't know, like I don't know, I made me so uncomfortable. The fact that we couldn't choose like who our dorm mate was for our orientation made me very uncomfortable. Like what if you know, I don't know, what if I met like a roommate, you know, that I had to sleep with on the first night of meeting, and they were someone, you know, kind of wild. I don't know. So I was very uncomfortable with the fact that, one, you know, I was gonna be in a room with someone that I never met before, you know, for one whole night. You're like sleeping with them, right? So you're kind of vulnerable sleeping in the same room and stuff. But so I was already uncomfortable with that. And then it's a story. No, it's like I'm very terrified. Like, I don't know, like what if for some reason, you know, this like roommate tries to like murder me in my sleep. You know, those type of thoughts, just thoughts that make me worry. Or what if, like, okay, the more like realistic idea of it is like, what if this roommate, you know, isn't someone that's like really the most mindful? Like, what if, for example, you know, it's like you're trying to like go to sleep, right? And then they're just like being really loud or being like, you know, really messy or dirty or stuff like that. Or what if they don't got a sense of like a privacy type of thing? You know, it's like, come on, you can't blame me for being worried about having to be in the same room, sleeping in the same room with a complete stranger that you're meeting for the first time, you know? on your first day of orientation. That's weird. Exactly, right? Like I feel like it's not uncommon to have like a random roommate that gets assigned to you, you know, for your entirety of your university. But I don't know. Just for me, as someone that was like very sheltered too, having never slept over at someone's house, it was just kind of weird to me. I was just like, this is a complete stranger that I have to dorm with for one night. What if they steal something? What if they, you know, rummage through my stuff when I'm not there, type of thing, you know? I don't know. You always hear about like horror stories when it comes to roommates. But yeah. But the thing is, spoiler alert, I did not end up sleeping in the room that I was assigned to for my university orientation. Thank God. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even though I had to sleep on top of a drawer for my university orientation night, I honestly was more okay with that than having to sleep in a room with someone that I didn't really know too well. My entire floor is a bunch of menaces. Freshman year, really? Can't relate. My hobbies are too grandma-like. I remember, though, like, in terms of the presentations that you're talking about, I do remember, you know, I mean, if you've been to university, you probably had the presentation too. But yeah, I had the presentation where, you know, they talked about, you know, kind of more mature topics, right? Where they talk about, they played a video where they talked about how, you know, consent is like drinking tea. And then they went into detail about the resources that the university provides. Yeah, at like the nurse's office. And I was just like, oh, okay, that's good. You know, that's good that they're providing resources for people, you know, to be safe, right? But yeah, I for those that are curious, the whole reason why I didn't end up sleeping at my room for orientation is because I had met this girl at university in my major for the orientation, and she was really nice. She was really cool. She called me out for liking anime, and I was just like, oh. And then we talked about anime for a while, and then it just got to the point where I told her about, I was like, oh, you know, I'm a little uncomfortable sleeping with my roommate because, one, when I got to my dorm, my roommate had already put their stuff in, but no, they hadn't put their stuff in yet, but so I hadn't met them. And then I was a little nervous just because I didn't know if I was going to be by myself or if I had someone that was going to dorm with me. And so she was like, oh, if you really are nervous about it, you can come just like hang out with me if you want to like stay in my dorm overnight. I have some friends that are doing the same thing. And I was just like, oh, really? I'd be down for that. And so I snuck my stuff out of my dorm that I was assigned to into my friend's room. And so I snuck into her room and just kind of, you know, dormed in her room for the night. I never met my roommate, by the way. My roommate, when I went up to get my stuff, had left their stuff in their room. So I did have a roommate, but never met them. And so they had the room to themselves. I'm sure they were more than happy to have the room by themselves, you know, type of thing. But yeah, so I went to dorm with that friend in a different building. But I don't know, it was kind of wild. That can be a story for another day. But yeah, there was like, it ended up being 6 girls in one room. So that was interesting. 6 girls in one room trying to, you know, all sleep on 2 beds. And then the whole reason why I ended up sleeping in a drawer is because the friend that I made, the girl, let's just say she met another girl that she was interested in, you know, and she and that other girl were trying to, you know, get some action going on in the one bed. And so I was like, I got you. I will go sleep at the desk. So I went to go sleep at the desk, but then the desk was uncomfortable. And so I pulled out the drawer underneath the bed, and I slept on the drawer instead for the night because I was small enough, you know. I was just like, okay, I could just, you know, kind of curl up and sleep on the drawer instead. Yeah. While I was there, and then there were 3 other girls that were just kind of like sleeping in the other bed together, just like a sleepover style. But yeah, that friend was like, oh yeah, you know, yeah, I met this girl, and we're gonna try to, you know, you know, do some stuff, get what I mean. And I was like, oh, okay, I got you. But yeah. There's more to the story, but that's like a TLDR of it. Yeah, interesting. Exactly what I mean by when I say that my orientation for university felt like a fever dream where, you know, I got to see how crazy university can get. No, I did not sleep in the drawer. I'm not that small. Okay, when I say like I curled up, like it was very uncomfortable. I had to really curl up into a ball to get comfortable to even like knock out. And trust me, when I got up the next morning, I was sore all over. I was very sore, and yeah, it was not good. It was not a good night of sleep. But I was just like, it's okay. You know, I'll be back home, you know, the next day, so I'll just sleep then type of situation. Wait, you guys can't fish? There's a cooldown, so there might be the cooldown that you guys are thinking of. You snuck back home for your orientation. Wait, really? See, we can't do that though, because the way it worked at my orientation was that the first day, it was like all the general stuff. You had presentations, you had just, you know, a general opening to your major that you went to, or that you had, like your school would give the orientation as well. So main school orientation, your major's school orientation, and then you would have, there was this like freshman party that they had where we had cookies and some other goodies, and then the rest of the night was just kind of like hang out at the dorm situation, right? And so that was like the first day, and then you had to stay overnight because the next day it was a day where we had to pick our courses. We had to take our pictures for our ID, and I forget what else we did, but yeah, so there was no like sneaking home that was allowed. And then after that, then you could go home. But yeah, it was okay. It was all right. You know, it makes for a good story whenever people ask me about how my university was. I'm just like, let me tell you about my orientation. I have all the stories. But yeah, if I'm being honest though, like if I had met like another friend, for example, I just wanted to like stay up all night and talk type of thing, instead of like sleeping for orientation, I'd been down to do that too. You know, like if someone wanted to just like chill and talk the entire night at orientation instead of, you know, staying at the dorms, I'd be down for that too. But you know, I was a little nervous to kind of, you know, walk by myself at the dorm, you know, when the room was kind of packed. And so I just stayed at the dorm because I was just like, yeah, I'm a little scared to go out by myself. So I just tried to sleep on the desk and then the drawer. All right, last one for today for shiny Piplup. All right, you guys ready? Are you ready? You ready? 3, 2, 1. Bum, 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 bum. No! Alright, no shiny Piplup today, but that's fine. That's okay. Alright, it's fine, it's fine. It's okay. Alright, okay. Let me give you all your points for those that voted. Okay, you ready? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, prediction. Alright, choose outcome. We believe no way. Alright. Alright, everyone, there are your points. I hope you enjoy. All those points. But yeah, I'm gonna switch over now to Minecraft. So if you guys want to hang out for some Minecraft, I'll be starting here in a bit. I do want to do a quick little break just to go set things up, and then we can swap on over into Minecraft. Our first time into Bavaria SMP. Okay? So I'll do a swapperoo here. What are we doing in Minecraft? I'll talk more about it, but I was invited into a Minecraft server from Teeny. And for Teeny is in a group called Bavaria. And Bavaria, they decided to make a Minecraft server that is full of a bunch of like VTuber friends. And so there's a total of 82 VTubers in there currently, and I was part of Wave 2. I was invited to be part of Wave 2. And so I haven't gone in there yet. This is going to be my first time hopping into the server. And so I'm a little nervous, you know, because I'm really shy around new people. But I'm also really excited. So yeah, if you guys want to hang out with me, please feel free to do so as I check out the Bavaria SMP together. But yeah, I don't know who's on there right now. So we'll see who's in there, and then I'll just explore. We'll explore, see what people have built, and all that jazz. But yeah, I'll be back in a bit. I'll give you guys some points to combo with. But yeah, I'm going to swap over. But for those watching on the YouTube side, I will be going ahead and changing the waiting room as well. So if you guys are watching on the YouTube side for the Pokemon side of the stream, I'll be ending this stream, but then I'll be swapping over to Minecraft. So stream will still be on for YouTube. It's just that I'm going to be on the other waiting room. So it's already up. If you want to go there, you can go there. But if not, then that's okay. But yeah, can we get some goodbyes in chat, please, for the YouTube side, for those that are just here for Pokemon today. But thank you for those popping in just for YouTube for the Pokemon Shiny Hunt. But yeah, I'll be hopping onto Minecraft here in a few minutes. So if you're there, I'll see you there. But if not, I'll see you tomorrow or next time. Bye, YouTube, for those heading out for today. Bye-bye. Mata ne. Description has all the links and all that jazz if you want to check them out. All right. Bye, YouTube. All right, let me end YouTube for now, and then I'll pull up the next YouTube stream here.